Struggling smartphone maker BlackBerry has ditched its plan for a private sale. Instead, it's opted for a capital raising and a management shake-up to stay in business.
Another miserable year for BlackBerry began last January with the glitzy launch of its newest phones and operating system. But consumers weren't enthused. Market share stayed weak and operating losses mounted. Then the company put itself up for sale and accepted an offer for $4.7 billion from one of its largest shareholders, the Canadian private equity firm Fairfax. Now that deal is off the table, and Fairfax is promising to invest just $250 million and seeking partners for a total cash injection of $1 billion. Less than 2 years into the job, CEO Thorsten Heins will leave. He was a company insider and will move on sometime in the next 2 weeks. Replacing him is John Chen, a US-based technology executive with a reputation for turning around troubled companies. So far, the markets have not reacted well. BlackBerry shares in New York and Toronto plunged, down at one point by close to 20%. From a high of $150 in 2007, they're now trading well under the $9 a share that analysts had said the company was worth just a few months ago.
Fairfax is going to invest a quarter of that $1 billion. So Fairfax and other investors have pledged to commit about $1 billion in convertible securities at relatively generous terms. And that's a little bit worrisome, I think, to investors, because one of the things people always said about BlackBerry was they have a lot of cash, a big cash cushion, they don't need the money. So if they feel the need for $1 billion in new capital right now, that's not very reassuring. The bigger picture, though, is neither Fairfax nor other buyers could come in, get financing, and get the confidence to buy the whole company outright for the $9 a share that Fairfax have been offering. So clearly I see it now as a salvage operation. What are the businesses worth, separate or together, and how might you sell that or otherwise, kind of make good on that value for investors right now? Clearly the market is saying that, without any buyers after this months-long effort to find somebody out there who might come to the rescue, sort of all bets are off. We don't really know what the future holds for the business.
Having pioneered mobile phone emails, BlackBerry lost much of its market share to Apple's iPhones and devices running Android software. It failed to find a buyer despite talking to Cisco Systems, Google, SAP, Lenovo, Samsung, LG and Intel about selling parts or all of itself.